And joining us back here live from the Muhammad Ali Center, joining us live is one of the speakers today. He'll be on the dais giving his thoughts. Longtime Kentucky Senator Gerald Neal has been in office for 34 years. He'll be speaking right after the Archbishop today. And we thank you so much for coming in. I know you've been putting your thoughts together. You can bring people together. You've been through a lot of tragedies in this town, but are you also going to put out a call for action?
Yeah, I think I would be remiss if I didn't. I think this is the time. I mean, this is the moment. And the fact of the matter is that this is one iteration of gun violence, but there are many iterations, and they go on every day in one form or another. And I think that it's important for policymakers all the way down to neighborhood residents to understand they all have a role in this. We got to stand up and sustain a very fundamental right we should all have, and that is safety in our neighborhoods and our workplaces. So I think it's important to let everyone understand that this is all of our responsibilities from top to bottom, and we got to get this done. We got to get it right.
Will that call to action be the majority of your speech tonight? Can you give people a look ahead to what you're going to be talking about?
Well, certainly I'm going to express my concern and my thoughts and prayers, of course, always to the families and those directly affected. But, you know, the reality is that this is trauma throughout the community. If you're not experiencing it, I want to know who you are. But I think also it's a moment. I think it's a moment that can actually evolve into something that's useful. And I think we should always seize the moment because that's all we really have, you know?
Senator Neal, you're a longtime Democrat now with a supermajority of Republicans in Frankfort, and you've heard the call for action from your constituents. People are demanding action, no more talk. Do you see any hope of Kentucky in any kind of movement toward any kind of more gun restrictions? You know, Morgan McGarvey lays out a list himself of what he'd like to see.
Well, let me tell you this. I think we need to do more talk, not less talk. I think talk leads to action, but we need to have honest exchange. We need to have transparent exchange. We have to obliterate the lines that divide us and think about this, that we are all neighbors. We're all neighbors. This is a society. This is not about your camp and my camp. We have a responsibility to each other. That's what a society is about, and we are failing in our responsibility if we don't address it.
You're going to be sitting among the surviving families. When you see them one-to-person, one-on-one, what are you going to say to them?
Well, you know, there's nothing I can really say to give them comfort other than to express it. You can't imagine how that is. You have to live it, and I'm not living it that close, and I'm feeling the trauma where I'm standing. So I'm going to express that with what sincerity I can convey, and I hope it's useful for them, but there's no way I can calculate that.
Senator Gerald Neal, thank you very much for your wise look at this, and we'll be listening for you up on the dais here shortly after 5 o'clock.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.